Hello, Relief Teachers. My name's Bronwyn Brady from Teach Starter, and I'm just popping in to have a little chat with you because I was a relief teacher for some time. I was a teacher for over 10 years, but a good portion of that I was relief teaching in schools around Brisbane and remember that time very fondly. And I really enjoyed the flexibility that role afforded me. I've written a little bit about it on the Chalkboard blog at Teach Starter, and there's lots of resources that I really enjoyed using when I was relief teaching that really made my job a lot easier. It is a challenging job, and we have curriculum aligned resources here that can help you throughout your day. Because one of the things about relief teaching that I'm sure you already know is that unexpected things will crop up. Sometimes they'll be planning, sometimes there won't. Some days you'll arrive at a school and you'll be on the exact same class that you were called to go on to, and then other days you're going to get switched around. So you might be teaching PE when you thought you were on grade 6, or you might be teaching prep when you thought you were on grade 2. And one of our really important key roles as a relief teacher is to be calm and to be flexible and to be there for those students because they're going through the exact same kind of thing as us. It's a different day for them. So I thought I would start by showing you through some of the things that Teach Starter offers that even before I worked at Teach Starter, I used in the classrooms I was visiting. My favourite thing that we have at Teach Starter is the FullDay relief teaching plans, and there are so many of these. They come from prep to grade 6 or kindergarten to grade 6, and there are 6 versions in each year level. I would recommend loading those onto your USB and then taking them either with you in a printed folder like this one or in a digital form on that USB to print when you get to the school. I am a person who likes things in paper-based form, so I printed off one in each year level. Usually, if I got a call for grade 2, I would also pack in my teaching bag the grade 1 version and the grade 3 version, just in case the students had already seen the similar type of work, or if they were performing or learning above or a little bit below the typical year level. So I'm going to take you through the plan now and show you a little example of what's in there, because these are so helpful for relief teachers, particularly if the regular teacher has not left any work. If they've had to leave on short notice or through illness or injury and not for something planned like PD or planned leave, they may not have had a chance to leave you any work. So it's really good to have some curriculum aligned, level appropriate work ready for you to go. So on the first page of your FullDay relief teaching plan, you'll have the layout of an entire day. Now you could actually rearrange this, and I used to do that a lot, particularly if there were things left by the teacher that were unfinished that he or she might have needed finishing off. I would prefer to get that done first, or if there were routines that needed to be kept with, such as if it was a Friday and it was test day, or if it was a Monday and it was an establishing routines day, I would stick with what would be the norm. You can just chat to your neighbouring teacher about what's going to be happening that day. But if there's absolutely nothing, it does provide you the FullDay plan broken down into admin, morning session, middle session and afternoon session. And it kind of works as a literacy block and a numeracy block then with some KLAs in the afternoon there. So for the grade 2 one, it's got the arts drama as the KLA visited in the afternoon. You can add your own notes on this side, and then there's some assessment strategies as well there for you to tick off if you would like to leave some assessment and reporting for the teacher. So as it says in the front, the first part of the day, so from the beginning of the day to first break, is literacy block. So there's a comprehension activity there and some questions. Now you might choose to project that onto the board if you like, and then just give each student a worksheet to complete. And then it's got the answers there too. And then there's actually another activity there, a writing task that you can do with your class. It doesn't require any actual resources to be printed off. They can do that one in their books. And then the next part between first break and second break is all about maths. So this one has some skip counting activities. It has some posters showing skip counting strategy, and then it has the blank sheets at the back. And again, differentiating to the class's needs, you might choose to do skip counting by 4 if the students are up to that, or for some students you might choose to give them a different sheet that might be more tailored to their abilities. And then after that, there's a bit of a problem-solving investigation called Pandora's Party Palace, which is super fun, and your kids are always going to remember you if you teach this lesson in their class. So Pandora's Party Palace is a catalogue to plan a class party, and it also comes with all of these little problem-solving cards. So they're word-based problem-solving questions, and that is something that all teachers will love you if you do in their classroom, because problem-solving is hard. Now, you might also choose to have a cubes strategy poster of ours projected on the board just to help them through the steps of problem solving as well. But students really love this kind of thing, so that's a great activity to do to fill in that maths block as well. Another really beautiful part of this folder system is the Relief Teaching Day feedback form that's included in the back of every single daily plan. Now, I used to love this, both as a classroom teacher, having relief teachers coming in for me, and also as a relief teacher visiting lots of different schools. I had a lot of feedback from schools saying, "Where did you get that? I really love the way you set that out." And it was just from TeachStarter, and it was probably one of my favourite teacher-facing resources from TeachStarter because it's got the information, it's got your name. I would also include my phone number, and then it just has broken down into the parts of the day, the activities that you did get through. You can leave a few notes for the teacher there, or some more detailed notes stapled on. And then some behaviour management notes. If you have had any behaviour management things crop up during the day, really good to inform the teacher in as much detail as possible, and additional comments down there at the bottom. So that's taking you through an example of the full day plan relief teaching folder. As I said, we have them in every year level, from foundation, K or prep, all the way through to grade 6. So here are some other examples that we have on the website done up into booklets. And to support those, I also had some other favourite TeachStarter resources in my teaching bag, and I'm just going to quickly go through those with you now. At the beginning of any relief teaching day, we all know it can be chaotic, because opening the door to a whole class of new faces and showing them your new face that they might not be familiar with can open up a whole heap of different emotions and feelings and behaviours. So I found it really helpful to establish some behaviour management ground rules as soon as I stepped into the classroom. So I would first do the roll call and then straight on to behaviour management. Now, if there was already a school-based or year-level-based behaviour management system in place, I would just go with that, and that was really easy to do. But if there wasn't something that was clearly visible or something that the students were really connected to, I would take the daily behaviour tracker from TeachStarter with me, and this could just go into the back of one of those folders. So what I would do with this one is place it somewhere visible, explain to the children how it works, and then place a petal for every positive behaviour noticed onto the flower. And then when the flower is complete at the end of the day, the class receives a reward, which could be anything from a ball game. So I would always take some things with me, like balls, or a card game. I would take a deck of cards every day with me as well, or just maybe an outside game, or the drama activity, something like that you could reward them with at the end of the day. So that's a whole class reward system that works really well, especially on days where you're in supply or casual teaching, because you might not know everybody's name at the beginning of the day. And you don't need to. You can just spot the positive behaviour and really get that happening and rewarded early on to set the example of your expectations. So I'll pop that one down. Another thing I really loved taking with me was some stickers. These work really well, particularly in the early years, but you will find students will work really hard for a sticker right up to grade 6 as well. So this beautiful sticker book is one of our TeachStarter ones, but you can just grab some stickers and pop them in that bag and make sure you have your supply topped up at all times. Another thing I loved putting into the teaching bag when I was doing relief teaching was some little badges. Now these ones are available as templates on the TeachStarter website, and I just was at a school one day and they had a badge maker, so I said if I could borrow that, I would love to take it home on a weekend and make these ones up using my own materials. And this one's my favourite. It's happy birthday, because sometimes if you turn up and you have a birthday student that day and their normal teacher's not there, they might not be there able to give them their class reward or whatever they would usually do with their class. So it's nice to let them wear a special badge for the day and celebrate with them that way. Another thing I love doing is giving awards. So at the end of the day, I would probably give 2 to 3 awesome awards from our Teach Starter website as well. And these are just a sample from a beautiful collection of awards, and use some of those stickers and stamps to really make some standout students feel special. So thanks for your time. I wish you all the best for your future as a casual relief teacher, and I hope that you have an amazing time ahead of you and an amazing time at this conference. And thanks for joining me. All the very best. Bye.